Great rising, great being, great ending, depending on what part of the day this reaches you. I want to talk about traumas. I recently had, a chance to get a brand new perspective and a flip on things for me personally. And one thing that I got out of that, which was major key for me that I want to share with you guys, is healing traumas. A lot of times we think just because we state what the traumas are, or we know where the trauma stems from, or who we received that trauma from, that's the guidelines of us healing and dealing with those traumas. No, that's just the first step. That's just acknowledging the trauma. Let me start with this. Healing and dealing with traumas are three-pronged. You have to heal your traumas in three ways. You have to heal from them physically, you have to heal from them mentally, and spiritually. A lot of times what we do is one of the three, two of the three, but rarely do we do three of the three, which will fully complete the cycle of that karmic whatever it is for you, or that experience of what it was for you. And we lose sight of reaching the goal, which is to completely heal from it so we can move forward in our life, we can move forward in our journey. So for me, I found out that, I'm not going to get too deep for my personal reasons, but I found out that I would only do at the most two of the three. None of my traumas that I've acknowledged have I fully dealt with them or healed them. I may have did two of the three for whatever those reasons could be, and many of those reasons why we only do one or two of the three, it pertains to where you're at with yourself, or where you're at with that journey, and where you're at with that specific trauma, or the person who has brought that trauma into your experience of life. So I just wanted to make this video particularly to tell you guys to be very aware and very conscious that you fully complete the process and don't cut yourself short. Because what happens is, and this is what I've been dealing with, what happens is right when you get right there, you've healed two of the three, right? You feel like you're okay. Therefore, you get detoured. And then you kind of fall back. You start unraveling all that work that you were doing to heal, and you end up getting back to square one, because at some point in the time, that hurt is going to surface out of one of the three if you do not heal and complete the cycles of the three. So let's just be very mindful that, healing takes time. Not only does it take time, it takes a certain awareness, a certain balance, and a certain effort to actually complete the cycles of healing. So don't get too ahead of yourself and jump the gun and feel like just because you feel better at that moment that you've done all you needed to do to be ready to successfully move forward. It's almost like the analogy of, okay, when you're sick and you take medicine, and when you start taking the medicine starts to work and you start to feel better, but you only feel better than what you felt before you start taking the medicine. That does not mean you're completely healed, or you're completely over whatever illness or whatever sickness or disease it is that you have. So kind of keep that analogy for the traumas in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, be very, very diligent with your shit, because nobody else is. Nobody else is going to put in that concern or that care or that effort to make sure your traumas heal for the best of the capacity for you yourself, and people prey on that and they play on that, you know what I mean? So do not be like me and get detoured because one, you're jumping ahead of the game, or you're moving too fast and you're jumping forward when you're not ready. And make sure you give yourself the best opportunity and the best chances to be complete within yourself. As always, never give up, never settle, always be you.